What's going on? Mwah.
Mary Sutherland?
Yes.
You've been served.
What is it, Mom?
Nothing. Go wash up for dinner. Al?
Support. What's wrong?
They want to take our son away.
There's two trains I can't travel. Two trains leaving today. One gonna take me home. One gonna carry me away. Gonna carry me away.
Son like this.
Who are these people?
The complaint was filed by a Mr. and Mrs. Hong of Sichuan province in China. And they claim that they are Chen's biological parents.
Well, that's impossible. Chen was an orphan.
The complaint alleges that there was fraud involved.
That's a lie.
Fraud? What kind of fraud?
It's unspecified at the moment, but we'll find that out during the discovery process.
Look, how can you just sit here like we're discussing the weather? This is my child we're talking about.
Look, I have a little girl, and I know that if I was sitting in a lawyer's office talking about her like she was a contract, I'd be going crazy. And I know the two of you are very upset, but your lawyer can't afford to be. And Mr. Whitney is one of the best in San Francisco.
He better be. I took out a second of my house to pay you people.
Well, we went through so much to get Chen. First with the agency here and then in China. It was endless. I brought a picture.
Sure is cute. Has a beautiful smile.
When we first brought him home, he didn't even know how to smile. I used to have to hold him every night as he cried himself to sleep. I don't know what we'd do if we lost Chen.
No, you won't. I promise.
You have a legally binding adoption in the state of California. The law is on your side here. It's weighted in the direction of what's best for the child. I think it's unlikely that any judge would overturn the adoption.
How unlikely?
Oh, it's not.
It's very unlikely. Mr. Monaco.
Oh, I think I have found the smoking chopstick. It has a lot of official stamps on it. The Hong's attorney sent all of this over, but everything is in Chinese.
About the Sutherlands, you should never have made them promises regarding their case.
I just wanted to give them some hope.
As always, your passion is commendable, but we're not in the business of telling fortunes.
Hey, anybody want to send out for some Chinese? Joking.
Do we know anybody that speaks Chinese?
This is a police report from Sichuan province, and it states that Chen was kidnapped while he was an infant and sold on the black market.
Very funny.
No, here it is, right here, see? 这位母亲说，她的儿子是被人从她身边抢走的。
Heller, is the senior partner of this firm reading Chinese?
I believe he is.
I studied Asiatic languages as an undergrad. The mother reported that the son was taken from her by force.
Oh.
If Chen was indeed kidnapped, then the Hongs do have a legitimate claim on him as their son.
Wait a minute. What about the Sutherlands?
In the Baby Richard case, the Illinois Supreme Court ruled that a biological parent kept from a child by fraud or deceit is entitled to custody.
What about child's best interests?
Alex, if the Hongs really are Chen's parents, that can't be ignored.
What can't be ignored is that Chen was raised by the Sutherlands, and they are the only parents that he knows.
The biological parents have rights. I'd expect you, of all people, to understand that. You're doing everything you can to find your kid.
Oh, come on, that's different. Mia's father is a criminal who got me thrown into prison and then took her on the run.
The preeminent factor is the best interest of the child. But that varies with every case. Mr. Monaco, we need to find out more about the Hongs.
How do a couple of poor Chinese farmers afford litigation and a trip to the States?
When my parents came over from Vietnam, could never afford to buy leather coats and designer bags. Isn't that odd? You'd think a father would have more patience.
Peggy, you see what I see?
Miss Chow, it's a pleasure meeting you. Hamilton Whitney, this is my colleague, Patrick Heller.
Mr. Heller?
Please. Oh, Boyle and Drexler is an excellent firm.
This won't take long. Article 4, Paragraph A in the Convention on Protection of Children in Intercountry Adoption explicitly forbids adoption without parental consent. I believe that would include kidnapping.
The issue is what's in the best interests of the child.
The issue, Mr. Whitney, is the biological parent's consent to adopt. The one small ingredient that seems to be missing here.
Perhaps you're unfamiliar with Twigg versus Mays, which established that biology alone doesn't qualify someone to be the natural parent of a child.
Which is trumped, of course, by baby Richard, giving the biological father custody after the adoption was proved invalid.
But that does not take into account the inherent cruelty of returning a child, a 9-year-old boy, to a country where he doesn't even speak the language.
Chen has a better chance of making it here than off in the village Chengdu.
I was born not far from there, Mr. Heller. I don't seem to have done too badly for myself.
Miss Chow, perhaps we can begin to consider the notion of a settlement. We would naturally be willing to grant your client visitation rights, well, supervised, of course.
The only thing we will accept is full and complete custody of the child.
If you insist on taking this to court, your clients may not get to see Chen at all.
I'm confident we will prevail in court. You should advise your clients to pack the boy's things for his return to China.
Just exactly who are your clients?
Excuse me, you would be the paralegal?
No, I would be the person who doesn't believe the Hongs are paying your legal fees.
My clients are none of your concern.
You're working for the Chinese government.
Miss DeMonico has taken a particular interest in the case.
So the Hongs are staying at a very expensive hotel and being chauffeured all over town in a limousine from the Chinese consulate.
Why do the Chinese care so much about this kid?
The People's Republic of China is deeply concerned about foreigners adopting babies on the black market. They've decided to crack down and reclaim their national.
His name is Chen. He's not a national. Do you have any children, Miss Chow?
I prefer cats.
I feel sorry for your cats.
Very well, then. I'll inform my clients of your position.
Oh, did you see the look on her face?
No, actually, I was trying to control the look on mine. Mr. Monaco, in the future, when you discover new information about a case, it's best to share it with your colleagues before blurting it out in front of opposing counsel.
I followed them through Chinatown. Mrs. Hong bought a lot for herself, but nothing for a 9-year-old boy. Take it from a mother. She's no mother.
I applaud your initiative, but maternal instinct is a poor substitute for fact. You can be sure that Miss Chow is not going to walk into court armed only with instinct.
Miss Chow has ice water for blood.
And you could take a lesson from her. Bring me some evidence I can use in court.
Mr. and Mrs. Johnson. Anthony Green.
Hi.
I understand you're Chen Sutherland's godmother.
We think Chen is the greatest little boy in a whole world, and we love taking care of him so much we decided to start our own family. But when we discovered that Mr. Johnson was incapable...
Please, believe me, I understand. You're not the only couple to come into this office and experience this type of difficulty.
Anyways,
Do you have kids we can look at?
Of course. We have wonderful children from many different countries.
Oh, these are just beautiful children.
I feel I should advise you that foreign adoption can be a rigorous process. It puts a lot of stress on a family, and, well, also it's quite expensive.
You know, I have money. Lots of it. Whatever it takes. I would, just like for my wife, to be happy. It's... Yeah.
I think we understand each other, sir. Do you have any particular preference as to nationality?
Oh, we would love a child like Chen. You know, I never saw him as a baby. Do you have any photos of him?
And I believe I might. Yes. Here we are.
Thank you.
You know, there are many Chinese girls available for adoption, but boys are rare.
Would you mind if we had a look at these by ourselves?
Please, take all the time you need.
Thank you.
No, Alex, you cannot take that.
Mr. Johnson.
What's this?
It's a video of Chen in the Chinese orphanage. Oh, poor kid. He's asking for something. Why would they help him?
They don't understand him.
What do you mean?
He's not speaking Chinese.
It sounds like he's speaking Tibetan. I know a professor at Berkeley I could call to be sure.
Could Chen have learned his Tibetan in China?
Not given the conflict between the two countries. In 1959, China invaded Tibet. And since then, Tibetan culture and religion have been banned. There is no way a communist Chinese child would have been taught the language.
Let's get an expert opinion, Peggy. I want you to call that professor and play the tape for him. I need to have an exact translation.
If Peggy's right, the Hongs couldn't be Chen's biological parents. We've got him.
But that raises new questions about the legality of the adoption.
It destroys their claim, Mr. Whitney.
Which eliminates only the Hongs as plaintiffs, not the Chinese government. This could provide more ammunition to support their claim of fraud.
Oh, come on. They must know that the Hongs aren't Chen's parents. The government probably forged all those documents.
Something we will never be able to prove. This isn't about black market babies. This is a political struggle.
Are you saying that we can't use this as evidence?
Yes, we can, but not in the way you think. I want you to draft a motion demanding that the Hongs submit to a DNA test to establish paternity.
I get it. The Chinese will think that you're onto them and then they'll back off. That's not a bad idea, Mr. Whitney.
I do try, Mr. Monaco.
Tibet. How can he be from Tibet?
Who cares? That's great news. It proves those people are frauds.
Yeah, but honey, why would the Chinese government try to take him?
Maybe they've got him confused with somebody else.
Does Chen ever talk about where he's from?
Well, what could he remember? He was only 3.
Would it be okay if I talked to him?
Sure.
Hi, I'm Alex.
Mom, tell me about you. You're one of the lawyers.
Oh, well, I'm not exactly a lawyer, but I am helping them. Oh, wow. Hey, I heard you're really good at this stuff. Is it hard?
Not if you keep your eyes open. Did I do something to get my parents in trouble? I hear them arguing about me, but they won't say why.
No, you didn't do anything wrong.
Are they gonna make me go back to China?
Do you remember anything about China?
Not much. I remember mountains.
Anything else?
Do you remember speaking Chinese?
No.
Your mom said that sometimes when you're sleepy, you do.
Omane Padmeo. That Chinese?
What does that mean?
I don't know. It's the same thing that Kung Fu guy said.
Who?
A guy in a robe I've seen hanging around here.
Was he one of the Chinese guys?
I don't think so. They all wear suits, but he's always in a robe. He left this by the door.
Wow. How long has this been happening?
A few weeks. Sometimes he's got other guys with him.
What do they do?
They just kind of sit and look up at the window with those bees in their hands.
Do your parents know about them?
No. They seemed like they weren't hurting anybody, and my parents already had enough to worry about.
Do you think we should tell someone?
I don't know. It's weird, but they don't scare me.
Well, we have definitely lost our home field advantage.
Don't worry, this game is going to be played out in federal court.
Excuse me. How broad is diplomatic immunity?
Oh, I don't think they're going to murder us in there.
I think after an hour with Miss Chow, death may be preferable.
What a way to go.
家里现在这个市场也不景气了，也不好找啊。
他们看起来很自信，但是我知道他们对这类型的法律并不熟悉。
我喜欢他的西装，你认为他是在香港买的吧？
As requested, my client's California adoption certificate.
这是这个男孩的收养记录。
And Chen's birth records?
我可以把这份文件念到过来给他们，他们完全不会知道有什么差别。
So you couldn't have provided a translation?
Birthplace, Chengdu Village, August 6th, 1993. Weight, 8 pounds.
他会讲普通话。
纪年. And no, sir, I didn't buy my suit in Hong Kong. I had it made in Savile Row.
We've petitioned the federal court to appoint a guardian for the child.
Why? The Sutherlands have been good parents.
We are not so sure. We want a full psychiatric evaluation. Here's a list of doctors who meet our approval.
And we'll be petitioning the court to order a DNA test to determine if the Hongs are indeed Chen's biological parents.
The court will never approve of such a test without the demonstration of compelling cause.
Oh, we have such cause.
What does that mean?
It is a mantra. Very important in Tibetan Buddhist tradition. I guess you would call it a prayer.
I'm Alex DeMonico. Lama Tenzin?
Yeah.
I'm a friend of Chen Sutherland.
Oh. Oh, mala.
Chen lent these to me.
Prayer beads. It is an offering.
An offering?
To His Holiness, the Panchen Lama.
Are we talking about the same Chen Sutherland?
He is the 11th reincarnation of the Panchen Lama.
Lama as in Dalai Lama?
Panchen means great scholar. Lama is the word Tibetans call religious teacher. Chen, as you call him, was chosen by the Dalai Lama as an infant. This boy is second only to him.
Okay, you're saying that this skateboarding 9-year-old is number 2 to the Dalai Lama.
And when he dies, the Panchen Lama will carry on his work. He will grow to be a leader of Tibet and perhaps the world.
But if he's Tibetan, what was he doing in China?
He was kidnapped from our monastery by the Communist Chinese when he was 3. They took him across the border to Chengdu.
Chengdu, the Hong's village.
His parents followed to save him. They were killed.
Poor Chen.
The Communist Chinese worked very hard to make the Panchen Lama disappear.
He's been missing for over 6 years.
We did not know if we would ever find him.
When someone has been missing for so long, it's easy to lose hope.
Oh, you have your own search.
My daughter.
In Buddhist teaching, everything happens for a reason.
If there's no Panchen Lama, it strengthens China's control of Tibet.
Why didn't they just kill Chen to begin with?
Because they didn't want to create a martyr. As long as he's missing, the Tibetans won't name a replacement.
So they make him disappear by having him adopted by foreigners. The Lama said that if Chen hadn't been kidnapped, he would be living in the monastery studying with monks.
So that's why Red China wants to take him back to China, make him disappear again.
The question is Chen a typical 9-year-old boy adopted by an American couple? Or is he the 11th incarnation of the Panchen Lama?
What's wrong?
Chen didn't come home from school today.
Our son is gone. Just how good are you?
Pretty good. Name it soon.
Not that. That. I needed to hack into the Chinese consulate.
Okay. What for?
Kid is missing. I think Chinese government agents took him.
Same guys who've been following you? Here's a closer look. Recognize him?
You know, it's getting so that I can't tell the players without a program.
So who's this missing kid?
He's 9. He's Tibetan. First name Chen. Last name Sutherland or Hong.
So, if the Chinese have him, why are they following you?
Can I get back to you on that? Is there another way out of here?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I watch your head. It's a low ceiling.
Your Honor, I wish to inform the court that the child in question is missing. Chen Sutherland did not return home from school yesterday.
Your Honor, we contend that Mr. Whitney's clients are hiding the boy.
My clients have no idea where their son is. They're out of their minds with worry. The police are investigating, and they haven't ruled out the possibility that Ms. Chow's clients are involved.
Mr. and Mrs. Hong have no need for such tactics.
On the contrary, Your Honor, we have information indicating that Chen may be Tibetan and so could not possibly be their son. We move, therefore, that the court order DNA testing to determine paternity.
We vigorously object. This is clearly an effort to delay these proceedings, as is the convenient disappearance of the child.
That is not the case.
There is no reason to doubt Chen Hong's birth certificate. It bears the seal of the government of China.
Your government is not a neutral party in this matter.
Are you accusing the People's Republic of China of falsifying documents?
We believe that the People's Republic has political interests involving their occupation of Tibet that bear strongly on this case.
That is an insult to China and completely without foundation. foundation.
The DNA test that we have requested would establish that foundation.
I'll take that under advisement.
I would urge Your Honor to act promptly.
I'm not saying no, Counselor. I'm saying not now. Next order of business.
We request the court appoint a guardian immediately. Obviously, the Sutherlands cannot be trusted with the boy.
I'm not appointing a guardian for a boy who cannot be located. Find him, then I'll rule on that question.
Why wouldn't she order a DNA test? I don't get it.
Some judges don't like to be pushed.
Well, I'm glad we got a woman. I think she's gonna know what it's like to be a mother.
You liars! Go back to China. Leave my son alone.
Follow your client, Mr. Whitney.
You know they're lying. You China should be ashamed trying to break up my family.
That's enough.
I'm an American citizen who respects the law, unlike you.
Please, accept my apologies on behalf of my client. Don't you ever do that again. Aggressive behavior in a federal courthouse is not going to strengthen your parental claims.
Okay. Okay.
Al! Al!
我打球了。阿姨纠结没出来。秀秀。
是吗？是不是你今天带的这个呀？这个是的。哦，在家里呢。
Want some?
没带。
All right, well, Chen is definitely not at the consulate.
How do you know?
Because those guys who've been following you, they're looking all over the place for him. I've been monitoring their cell phone calls.
You speak Chinese?
No, but I got a nifty translation program I borrowed from the National Security Agency. It's got all your major dialects.
Do they have any idea where he is?
Well, they think you stashed him. That's why they got the whole team on you. Must be hard on his parents.
I know how they feel.
Hey, I'll find Mia. You go find the boy.
Chen is missing. Do you know anything? His life could be in danger.
Death is nothing to fear. We pass through it to new lives, bound only by karma.
But I'm worried about this family in this life.
You have compassion for the boy's parents.
Yes, I do.
It's important to consider the feelings of others. Everyone is suffering.
You say you were in prison. I was imprisoned by the Communist Chinese. For over a year, I was confined and shackled in an underground cell. I was beaten and interrogated.
You must hate them.
Oh, I always say prayers for them, always.
But even after the pain that they've caused you and Chen and so many other people?
Don't be angry, Alex. Your enemies are good teachers.
Someone else said that to me, and I hated it then, too. Is Chen here?
Oh, many come to the Dharma Center seeking refuge.
Well, how many come on a Sector 9 skateboard?
Hey, Alex.
Oh, you all right?
These guys are pretty cool, but they don't know Kung Fu.
Your mother is worried sick. You know, you shouldn't have brought him here.
No, I came on my own. When these monks were hanging around my house, and those Chinese people who were supposed to be my parents, I thought I'd come and check it out.
Right.
The pension Lama is very resourceful. I have given him some teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Give me the boy.
No! Let me go! Get this off me!
No, please, don't fight him!
I'm sorry. I know the Dalai Lama wouldn't approve.
He said when the dogs of war are chasing you, run!
Where are you?
He's fine, but if I tell you where we are, will you have to tell Joe?
That would be my obligation.
Well, I'm gonna have to take him to court tomorrow because that's the only place he'll be safe.
Mr. Monaco?
I captured you. You're my prisoner.
Yeah? What you didn't know about was my melodian joy.
Whoa, you're pretty good at this.
Well, I've had a lot of practice.
Okay, it's time for bed. You're gonna have to conquer the universe tomorrow.
Alex.
Yeah, that's probably best. Kicking my butt anyway.
You've had a big day. You have to be in court first thing tomorrow. Okay. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
You'd make a good mom. Bad dream. Where are we?
We're my friends, remember?
Oh. Yeah.
What'd you dream about?
Mountains. There were tall mountains around a beautiful valley.
Was it just you?
No. There are lots of people. Friendly people. But I didn't know their names. And there were flags. Red, green, blue, and yellow. And all the people were singing.
You know, when you talk to Lama Tenzin about his country, maybe that's what you were dreaming about.
I don't think so. It seems so real.
You mean like a memory?
I think Lama Tenzin helped me remember.
So what made you so upset?
My father. He was carrying me on his shoulders.
Your American father?
My other father, when I was very little. Then soldiers came. They covered my eyes.
Oh.
I couldn't see.
Oh, it's okay.
Like today.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Two heartbroken parents who for 5 years have been trying to find their only son. A son who was kidnapped and sold on the black market in China. My clients have traveled halfway around the world to rescue him. They have come here for justice. I implore this court to reward their faith in our great system by returning their son.
Chen Sutherland is an American. Not by birth, not through biology, but because he was legally adopted, brought to San Francisco, and raised here. He speaks no Chinese. He has few, if any, memories of his past life, and no memory at all of the Hongs. All of his happiness, his values, his dreams have come by way of Al and Mary Sutherland, two American citizens who believe that this system will protect Chen's right, their right, to remain together as a family.
我在田里干活的时候，
I was working in the field,
有个男人来拿走我的小孩。
and a man came and took my baby.
Objection, Your Honor. This testimony is completely irrelevant to the issue of the best interest of the child.
I'll allow it. Continue.
我再没有见到他。
I never saw my baby again.
多年来，我一直在找他。
For years, I've been trying to find him.
Hong Tete, the Gentleman Jagma.
Miss Hong, do you recognize this document?
我认得，那是我小孩的出生证书。
Yes, I do. It's the birth certificate of my baby.
Mr. Green, did the Sutherlands contact you while they were in China?
Yes, Mr. Sutherland asked me to help arrange a $20,000 wire transfer from his bank.
Were you surprised by this request?
Yes, I was. But he told me that the director of the orphanage wouldn't let him take Chen until this money was paid.
And did you consider it a bribe?
Yes, I did.
And did you inform Mr. Sutherland that paying this bribe was illegal and would invalidate the adoption?
Yes, I did. But he insisted on paying it.
No more questions, Your Honor.
Your Honor, we would like to request a brief recess before questioning this witness.
The court will recess for lunch.
How could you do that?
I had to.
But you knew it was illegal.
It's a way of life over there. It's the only way to get things done.
Did you give him cash?
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me?
I was protecting you. If something went wrong, you wouldn't be involved. We wanted a son. It had to be a boy. But there weren't many to adopt in China. It's all girls over there. They told us we were really lucky to find Chen. Really got our hopes up. And just when it looked like a done deal, the director puts his hand out. What could I do? Tell me, what could I do?
Right now, what you're going to have to do is take the stand and explain. We just have to hope that the judge realizes the duress you were under at the time.
Well, what if she doesn't? Are we gonna lose Chen?
We're not there yet.
Sorry we're late.
Are you all right?
We're fine, but Chen has something he wants to tell you.
All right, you two go inside. I need a moment alone with him.
I love you, sweetie. I love you too.
Chen, we have very little time. I need you to tell me quickly and as clearly as possible what it is you want me to know.
It was getting dark. An old man, my attendant, gave me dinner.
Not your parents.
No, they weren't at the monastery. They were in our village. I heard voices, strange voices speaking another language. Then men came into my room. 3 of them. And then...
It's all right, Chen. No one here can hurt you.
They put a hood over my head. I heard guns.
Objection, Your Honor. A child that young couldn't possibly remember these events.
Overruled. I want to hear this.
It's all right, son. You're doing just fine.
I woke up in a strange place. Everyone was speaking that language.
Chinese?
One day, my mom and dad came with those monks to take me home. They offered to pay. My father kept on saying, "Oh, Mane Padmeo."
And then what happened?
I saw the Chinese soldiers shoot my parents.
You're a very brave boy. Thank you, Chen. Now tell us, if you can, do you recognize those people?
Never seen them before.
I have no further questions, Your Honor.
It's obvious to this court that your clients have attempted to perpetrate a fraud by claiming to be this boy's parents. And I suspect you were completely aware of that.
That is not the case, Your Honor.
Don't speak, counselor. You're in it pretty deep already. Chen, I'm sorry that you and your parents had to go through this. It will be my recommendation that the State Bar Association investigate this matter further to determine if you are fit to practice law. Furthermore, I will be making the State Department aware of this case.
You were very brave up there.
I just had to keep my eyes open.
I don't know how I can ever thank you, Alex.
Oh, that's easy. Just give him a trip to the Himalayas as a graduation present.
Yeah, snowboard.
No.
Gee, Miss Chow. Sorry, can't win them all.
办公，我真想一巴掌打掉你两场预算的笑容。
祝你快乐，再见。
What did she say?
Oh, don't worry. You've been called worse.
The warrior's journey is not an easy path.
Everything happens for a reason.
Friday.